Hi Stampers, and welcome to the Paper Pixie. This is Julie, and I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful carnation rose type flower. This was my bag tag from convention, and I had a lot of questions on how to make the flower, so I thought I'd do a video tutorial for you. It's real easy. You want to use your fancy flower punch, and you're going to punch 4 flowers, whatever color you would like. My favorite color right now is Melon Mambo. So I've punched 4 of them, and then all I need is my bone folder, and I'm going to hold that between the paper and my thumb. And I'm just going to start breaking down the fibers here. It doesn't take too long to do so. You'll start to notice the paper separating slightly, but what you do want to do is run the bone folder on both sides. You do want to be a little bit gentle so that you don't rip the paper. But again, you'll start seeing the paper separate. Just takes a little bit of elbow grease. Another way that you can break down the fibers is using the crimper, or the crimping tool. But I find that this uses a little bit less elbow grease and has the same or similar effect. So we're getting close. Just a few more times with the bone folder. Alright, and then I just kind of wiggle it just a little bit. Sounds like a song, doesn't it? And then you'll start to see the paper separating. This part you want to be a little bit gentle. Just let the paper guide you, and you'll see that it just starts to separate. That's what I love about our cardstock. It doesn't have a white core. It's dyed all the way through the paper. So you're going to end up with the 4 punch outs, you're going to end up with 8 pieces. So I've done those ahead of time, so you don't have to watch me break apart the fibers. But so here are 8 pieces. Now I'm just going to alternate how they're layered. You just want to stack them on top of each other with the fuzzy side facing towards you, almost like a faux suede. I think this is also called the faux suede technique. Alright, so there's my 8 pieces. I'm going to use my Matte Pack and my paper piercer. I'm just going to stick a hole right through the center of that. What we're going to do is we're just going to insert one of our silver brads. You can really use any color brad, because you're not going to see it in the finished flower. Stick that right through the center like that. On the other side, just spread it. It holds it all together. And then the next thing you're going to do is just layer by layer, just start lifting it towards the center and smushing it together. You want it to wrinkle just a little bit. And you'll start to see, as you do each layer, that the flower is going to start spreading out. Just so excited to figure out how to do this flower, because I can see it, using it for a lot of different things, whether it be 3-dimensional projects or cards. Obviously it'd be a little bit difficult to mail the cards with this flower on it, but they're pretty resilient. I had this bag tag on my convention bag for the full 4 days I was there, and that flower held up pretty darn well. So you start to see it almost looks like a rose a little bit. I still think it looks a little bit like a carnation, but almost there. And the last layer. And now the last step I just do is just slightly spread it apart a little bit. And you'll see that the flower magically appears. So there you go, a beautiful paper carnation or rose. This would be real pretty with some smooch spritz on it or some shimmer mist. You could even use a paintbrush on the edges of the flower with some crystal effects. Give it a little bit more of a 3-dimensional feel. So that's it. That's how you make a paper carnation using the fancy flower punch. If you have any questions, just let me know, and thanks for visiting the Paper Pixie.